Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Bucket Think Tank for Detective Comics issue 1003. So Robin is now in Arkham Asylum, facing the Arkham Knight forces and surrounded by some of Gotham's most dangerous criminals. The Arkham Knight removes the helmet to reveal someone we don't know. We know it's a girl. And Damien lets us know that he also has no idea who this person is. And she's doing it as a gesture of faith. She says this is the best way to earn the trust of a child, is to bear everything. Let them know exactly where you're coming from. And we see a lot of dedication and focus to the Arkham Knight, as when two of her soldiers shoots Damien for effectively being, well, Damien, she cuts their hands off and says, "We do not do that." And she then just says, "You're free to go." So he walks out, but at the same time wondering, like, why? So this is a gesture of good faith. Batman and I are fated to meet. We'll meet again, and I expect that I'll be knighting you soon in the light of day as one of my soldiers. When the eclipse comes. So, yeah, he leaves, a bit weirded out, and he puts out a signal, courtesy of his Robin button and the and the default lights that is Gotham City, enabling Batman to find him. Batman lets us know that he's already figured out the Arkham Knight's a woman, and they pretty much just compare notes at this point. But exactly, where Robin was, what they're going to do, and so they head back to the Batcave to go to where Damien draws a sketch of the Arkham Knight, and they plan to put it through the database, federal FBI database, Argus, see who this person is, see if they got a record, and turns out she doesn't. There's also a really sweet moment here. Well, not necessarily a sweet moment, but sort of just the idea going on. Damien's going to be here a while. Batman's like, if you have somewhere else to be, feel free to go ahead. I got this. And someone needs to be here to save you when you get in trouble. And Damien even mentioned, I'm just going to make a quick call to my Teen Titans friends, let them know that everything's good here and I'm on a case, and that, not to burn the place down while I'm gone. Meanwhile, back at Arkham Asylum, the Arkham Knight is effectively not happy with what happened here. That the actions of her soldiers for firing on Robin, was not to be tolerated. That goes against exactly what this glorious crusade is. And then she calls for Dr. Phosphorus. So Dr. Phosphorus, who calls the Arkham Knight Astrid, says, I'm not quite sure if I should leave, and she says you have nothing to fear from the Whitecoats. Their electronic eyes will only see what I want them to see. So this poses the question as to exactly how much power does Astrid have here in the asylum? Does she work here? Has she successfully infiltrated the place? Do they even know that Astrid is in the building? So anyway, Dr. Phosphorus walks out, and he's apparently performing a ritual, a somewhat holy ritual, as he begins to burn a setting sun on the backs of the soldiers to the point where they pass out. And Astrid then gets sort of very crusade-y talking. These symbols on our backs and armor are not just for show. We are rays of hope for the hopeless. Breathe deep the skin of our brethren. The journey to this point has been long and arduous, and there was no denying that setting our sights for the heart of the sun would bring darkness and pain. But make no mistake, behind the clouds, our city will soon be bathed in a golden light, and the growing shadows Batman casts will be burned away. The next stage of the eclipse begins now. Meanwhile, Batman and company, by company I just mean Robin, are heading back to where Damien was taken, where Damien escaped from, to the lower levels of Arkham Asylum, and they find that the place is empty, and that's when Dr. Arkham shows up saying, yeah, they'll follow my daughter anywhere, Astrid Arkham. And that's how the comic ends. So, Astrid Arkham. I didn't even know Dr. Arkham had a daughter. This was interesting. I think in a more stereotypical story, we'd have dragged out the identity of the Arkham Knight for issues upon issues, and there wouldn't have been a moment where Robin escapes and tells the story. Or we would have gone the route of Robin knowing who the Arkham Knight is, but not being able to tell. Maybe Robin is swayed by the Arkham Knight, or Robin is just so far away and unable to contact anyone that he's not able to give the information. So points to Tomasi for doing that. I think it's a really great idea. And actually, the story's been pretty interesting. We see the Arkham Knight is not just words, there's a lot of principle to it. And she seems very set on the idea of saving the city from Batman. She believes that. The question is what led to it. But the idea that she's not just, working at Arkham Asylum, she's the daughter of Dr. Arkham, sort of helps give an insight. And this is interesting stuff. It's not revolutionary stuff, but the method by which it's handled here is better than I think most regular stories have gone. Well, with that in mind, let's bring this video close here. If you're new to the Bucket Think Tank, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe. Check out some other videos on our channel. Leave your thoughts down as well, and I will catch you all later. This is the Bucket Think Tank signing off. Thanks for watching, and as always, may your fandom serve you well.